Hi again, and in this video, we're going to be exploring the answer to the question, how to build confidence in hitting a baseball. The nature of hitting a baseball is extremely challenging, so confidence can often be frayed, but the principles really aren't much different from building confidence in anything else. So we'll look at exactly what it is that helps people build confidence in any area, but we're going to be talking about it in the context of doing one of the most difficult athletic things there is, which is hitting a baseball. The first part of this video, we're going to be talking about the physical aspect of swinging and hitting a baseball. We're going to follow that up by talking about the mental side of that and the importance of the mental aspects in order to build confidence in doing this difficult thing. Thirdly, we're going to be talking about the importance of getting into a success loop and how that factors in. Fourth, we're going to be talking about dealing with failure and developing the resiliency that's necessary for doing a difficult thing. And lastly, we're going to be looking at one of the legends of the modern era of baseball to see how he built his confidence. So in the context of baseball, it's about building the proper physical aspect in order to be able to hit the ball more consistently. So it's that swing mechanics. With bad swing mechanics, you're not going to do well at hitting a baseball. And if you're not doing well at something, you tend to kind of want to give up on it, right? You don't have confidence in it, and it feeds off itself. Beyond the baseball nature, anything that you want to do that has a physical nature to it, you want to see what the best people do in order to do that behavior well. What is that physical nature of it? So beyond baseball, if you want to get great at anything, if you want to build confidence in anything, you want to be able to do that physiology well, right? Doesn't matter whether it's playing a musical instrument, dance, doesn't matter what it is. You want to be able to do that physical aspect of that behavior well. So that is crucial whether it's baseball or not. The mental side is the same. Again, in baseball, you want to be able to develop that ability to recognize pitches, to process information really quickly. And you can train that, right? You can train your brain to do that faster and faster. And it's important to do that. Being able to control your state and get into that flow state is crucial. Understanding how your brain is making decisions, the decision-making process. So if it's not working as optimally as it could, you work on that, and there are ways to do that as well. So that entire mental aspect is crucial, again, not just in building confidence at hitting a baseball, but confidence in anything. There's a mental aspect to anything you want to be able to do or have confidence in doing. And you have to understand what the mental aspect of that particular thing is so that you can work on developing that. That's a fundamental aspect of building confidence in any skill that you have. So what plays around with this or goes along with this is getting yourself in a success loop, right? So when you are trying to learn something new, it's important to start breaking it down into simple enough pieces and easy enough to do pieces that you can get some success at it. So hitting a baseball when you are young, starting with big bats and big balls, make it easier to make contact, and then you can begin to feel more confident, more successful. That success loop builds and builds, right? So you begin to make it a little bit harder, get success at that, make it a little bit harder, get success at that. You keep trying to stay within that success loop by progressing and making it a little more challenging to do. Again, This applies with building confidence in anything that you do. You want to get into a success loop. I don't care whether it's learning to do math, a foreign language, or any other academic piece, whether it's music or dance or anything like that. You want to get and start experiencing success early, and that little confidence you gain, you just keep feeding that as you progress and move along. So what goes along with this is resiliency in setbacks. So when you have the mindset, so again, here we are talking about mindset. We have this like growth mindset, the beliefs around that there's really no such thing as failure. It's only results. So when you have that, then when you aren't getting the results that you are seeking, all you do is you begin to analyze and ask better questions, typically process-oriented question. How is it I got that result that I got? What did I do specifically that got me that result? Right? Those sort of process-oriented questions. When you are doing that and developing that sort of mindset, resilience is a byproduct of that. And that resiliency creates perseverance. It creates a sort of stubbornness, might not be the proper term to really use, but that determination, right? You want to succeed at it. You are really like, I know I can, I'm going to see this through. That sort of mindset is what drives you. It does not mean that you're going to fall in love with whatever it is that you are trying to do, but there's part of you like, all right, I set out to learn this, I'm going to learn that, and you're going to see it through to the end. And that very mindset in nature, that curiosity that comes with all that, that is how you build confidence. Again, whether it's baseball or anything else, that mindset of resiliency and perseverance and stick-to-itiveness is crucial. So from a baseball context, we're going to talk about one of the greatest clutch hitters all time, David Ortiz, or Big Papi. So what makes somebody a clutch hitter? That's the idea that when the moment's the biggest moment, when the game's on the line, that kind of moment, these guys seem to come through over and over again. And in baseball, getting those big hits is challenging. It's challenging to get a hit anyways, but when you seemingly to the fan and other people to do that like nearly every time, and we know it's not every time, but boy, it sure seems like it's every time because you've done it often enough. That requires confidence. It requires that innate ability to just kind of quiet yourself down and just believe in yourself. And in an interview that Big Papi gave once, somebody had asked him about his ability to be calm in those situations and come through. And he said a very telling thing. He said he often thinks back to his childhood and the tough circumstances he had growing up in the Dominican Republic. And then he saw where he was. He'd look at where he's at now. Just being there, just having the opportunity was like, he was so incredibly grateful for that just helped him calm. It didn't matter. It really didn't matter what he did because he was there. He could have been still in a really bad situation back in his native country, and he wasn't. And that gratitude, and this is so crucial because gratitude is such an important thing for being able to build confidence. That gratitude is what helped drive him to the ability to be able to come through in the clutch because it calmed him down. And that is something that fed. Again, he got in a success loop, right? So he'd come through a couple times and it just began to kind of feed on itself. I encourage you again, subscribe to our channel, check out all our other videos. As I've said a number of times now, we're adding more. We're going to get into different topics as you guys send more questions to me, we'll gradually kind of add more answers. Besides all that, though, you might want to register for our free webinar, The Psychology of Winning, which really will delve into some of this kind of stuff that we talked about in this video. And the link to that will once again be in the description to this video.